What's up everybody, I'm Lockouts, and in this video I'm going to show you every little tweak, hack, registry setting, registry edit that I got that's done for my graphics card, everything that's a Windows 10 setting, graphics settings, power settings, anything to do with maximum performance. I'm going to show you how to get your computer to run just like mine, and this works for any game you can think of. Anything from Apex Legends to Call of Duty to World of Warcraft, Fortnite, any game. I mean, just think of a game. This will work for it. Think of any app that you got: DaVinci, Blender, any Adobe program, Photoshop, After Effects, Illustrator, anything like that. This will work for everything, and this works for AMD and Intel. Check this out.
Take your mouse and click the button, won't you subscribe to me? Lockouts providing the content that you see. I'm visually stimulating your mind, 1 minute at a time.
All right, jumping right over here into this, guys. The very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to enable all your cores within Windows 10, no matter what. All right, and this is going to be for any Intel user or any AMD user. The very first thing that you're going to do is go down in here to the search bar. You're going to type in run. When you type in run, you're going to see this little thing that looks like this. Click this. You're going to get this little box that pops up and looks just like this. When you get this box, you're going to type in msconfig. msconfig. When you click that, you're going to click OK. After you select OK, you're going to get this box that looks just like this. You're going to go over to the second tab up here, and it's going to be the boot tab. The very first thing that you guys are going to do, and this is going to be the first disclaimer that I'm going to tell you, if you have an old laptop or an older computer with an old school spinning hard drive and your Windows is on that's your booting operating system is on that old school spinning hard drive, don't do this step. Skip this and go to the next thing for advanced options. If you do have an NVMe, an M.2 or an SSD drive, go ahead and check the no GUI boot, make your timeout 3, 4, or 5 seconds right here, and now going on to the next step. This is for everybody, AMD and Intel, anybody's hard drive right here. You're going to click advanced options. The next thing you're going to do is check this box right here that says number of processors. You're going to scroll down. I have a Ryzen 8 core 16 thread. I select 16. No matter whatever the highest number of processors is, you select that. The next one over is maximum memory. Do not select this box, okay? What you're doing here is telling Windows when you boot to boot with all your cores, all your processors, and this box right here, you're telling Windows not to use all your RAM. You just want to use all your CPU so that you get quick boot times, okay? Click OK, click apply. Then you're going to click OK. When you guys do that, it's going to ask you if you want to restart your computer. Restart your computer, come back into the video. You guys are going to be restarting your computer a few times after this. There's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to do, but it's worth it for everything. Follow along with me. I'm going to help you. All right, welcome back into the video, everybody. The next thing that you guys are going to do is you're going to scroll down into the comments there, and you're going to get a program that's called Quick CPU. When you guys get that program, you're going to get it. It looks just like this, okay? And the only reason that you're getting this is just to ensure what we did within our Windows boot for our option, that all of our cores are unlocked, they're all working. So after you guys get this program, go down here and grab your sliders where it says core parking index, make it 100, turbo boost index, make that 100. Frequency scaling index, make sure that this is a 100. Right here where it says select a power plan, whatever the highest performance power plan that you have is, select that one. You're going to go back into this program after you do the next step, and you're going to enable ultimate performance in the next step, but you're going to have to come back into this program so that it knows to register the system power plan for this, or you're just going to actually open this up and ensure that it says ultimate performance in that after you do this. Now click apply and then click close. If it asks you to restart your computer, go ahead and restart your computer. If it doesn't ask you to restart your computer, congratulations, we're going to move on to the next step. All right, so the very first thing that you guys are going to do is we're going to clean up the old Windows 10 cache and the old GPU files that are on our computer. This isn't going to hurt anything. This is just stuff that's been built up over time. It's actually supposed to help you, load programs faster, and, you have cached video files and stuff from when you play games. So when you load games, it'll do that faster. But after you game and you use your computer so much, you have so much stuff built up that it becomes a hindrance instead of actually helping you. So we're going to delete all that, and then everything will just just become new. It'll cache everything brand new on there again, and you'll start over fresh again from right here. So the very first thing that you guys will do is go down in here to the search bar. You're going to type in run. When you get run, you're going to get this little program that types up like this. Little box is going to pop up. You guys are going to go ahead and type in prefetch. When you type in prefetch, it's going to pop up like this. Go ahead and click everything that's in there, right click it, delete everything. I need these files because I'm using my computer right now and I'm recording this. I'm not going to delete everything while I'm doing all this for you guys, okay? So just go ahead and right click everything, or you guys can just select anywhere on any file, hit the control button and A, that'll select everything, and then just right click and then delete. It'll send it right to your guys' recycle bin, okay? All right, so the very next thing that you guys are going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete all of the graphics card stuff and just the temp files that are on our computer. This is going to be simple, quick, and easy. Just follow along, okay? Type in %app data %, hit enter. When you guys get this little box that pops up like this, you guys are going to see that there's tabs up here at the top. Go ahead and click app data. When you guys click this one, you're going to click local. When you guys click local, you're going to then go down in here to where it says temp. Anything that's in this temp file right here, go ahead and select all, okay? Right click on it, delete it. If you get this box that pops up, check this, click skip. Click this, click skip. These are files that your computer is actually needing, okay? Now you guys are going to go back up in here to the local file again. You guys are going to go up in here to where it says NVIDIA. You guys are going to find the file that says GL cache. Open that up. However many is in here, select all of them, right click on it, delete them, okay? If you can't delete it, don't worry about it. It's something that your computer actually needs. Okay, the very next thing that you guys are going to do after that is then come back down in here to the search bar. You're going to type in %temp %. Go ahead and select this right here. Whatever it is that pops up that is in this box right here, guys, go ahead and select any file, hit Control and A to select all, or just highlight them if you guys want to, right click on it, delete them. If you get this again, just go ahead and check this box, click skip, do this for all, click skip, la-da-da-da-da. It's going to fire off whatever ones that you don't need to the recycle bin, and the stuff that your computer still is using and it needs, it's going to keep on the computer right there. All right, so the next thing that you guys will do after you do the %temp % is then go down in here to the search bar. You're going to type in run. You're going to then get the little run box that pops up like this. You're just going to type in temp just like that. After you get the temp box that pops up, you guys are just going to click any folder, hit Control A to select all, right click, delete. Do this all for them all, or just, highlight them all and then delete them, send them off over to your recycle bin. It's stuff that you just don't need anymore. It's just temp files, okay? And after you guys do that, whatever's left is just files that your computer does need. So then you can close out of that. Now, it is recommended after you do all of that deletion, however much stuff that you guys just freed up and all that other old cached files from your graphics card and all that stuff, that's all removed now, okay? So restart your computer. After you restart your computer, come back into the video right here. We're gonna go and enable Ultimate Performance Power Plan, and we're gonna tweak it within Windows so that you guys get the max performance at all times from your computer. All right, so the very next thing that we're going to do, welcome back to the video, guys. The very next thing that we're going to do is enable Ultimate Performance Power Plan. So in order to do that, you just go down here to your start button, right click on it, and you need to run Windows PowerShell as admin. When you see this right here, Windows PowerShell admin, click it. Little box will pop up that says yes. You'll get a blue box that pops up and looks like this then. Now you're going to go down into the video and you're going to get this code that looks like this. It starts with power CFG, duplicate scheme, all these letters and numbers and all this stuff right here, guys. Just select all of it, okay? Copy it, go over here to the blue box, hit Control and V, or you could just right click and it'll paste it in there, okay? And as soon as you do that, just hit enter, and it's going to say Power Scheme, GUID, Ultimate Performance Power Plan, and then you can go ahead and close out of that. Now, in order to edit the Ultimate Performance Power Plan that we just enabled, and if you guys cannot see this, you guys are going to have to restart your computer and then come back into this step right here. So go down in here to where the search bar is, type in Edit, Power. You're going to get a little green power plug that pops up and looks like this. When you get this power plug that looks up, you guys are going to go up here into the top. You're going to see these power options. These power plan settings in the tabs up here. So click the one that says power options, all right? Now, when you first open this up, it's going to look like this, and it's going to have whatever that you regularly have. You want to click the drop-down box, go down to where your ultimate performance power plan is. You can see that I have multiples of them. Click it, and after you guys click wherever the ultimate performance power plan is that you just selected, make sure that you go over to change plan settings. Click change plan settings, and then the very next thing that you're going to do is turn off display. Never put the computer to sleep, never. We are talking about ultimate top tier performance. Anybody who is a gamer or video editor and you're not at your computer, they turn them off. They don't have crazy stuff going on. We use our GPUs for other resources than desktops. All right, so click this link right here that says change advanced power settings. Now, when you get this box right here that pops up, and here's a disclaimer for you guys right here. Anything that I tell you, it is not going to hurt your computer. I'm a little sarcastic in the way that I explain things, but that's just the way that I am as lockouts for a content creator. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But nothing that I tell you guys is ever going to hurt your computer. This is what I have on my computer. This is what I run every day, 24/7 for years and years on any computer that I build or recommend or give to anybody. These are the settings that I give them, giving it to you. So if you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe, help a fellow out. All right, so the first thing that you're going to get is hard disk. You're going to open it up. You're going to turn off hard disk. Never, okay? You never ever want your disk going to sleep. You don't want Windows to have control of nothing. We're turning it all off. And the next thing you want is desktop background settings, slideshow. You want the setting to be paused. The next thing that you want is if you guys are on a laptop or if for some reason you are, you know, wireless and you're on your desktop for whatever reason, I understand. Make sure that you open up wireless adapter settings, power saving mode. Make sure that you click maximum performance. Do not click maximum power saving. Make sure that you select maximum performance. Double check that one there. The next thing that you want is sleep. You want sleep after never. You want allow wake timers to be enabled. You want USB settings, USB selected suspend setting to be enabled. Power buttons on the lid. You know, this is just stuff for how does the power button act on the top of your computer? When you push it, does it shut it down? Yes, that's how I want mine. Now, this is a very important one right here. PCI Express, link powers management. This setting right here, you want this one to be off, okay? And you can see right here as maximum power savings, moderate power savings are off. Turn this off. This is your PCI Express. This is what your graphics card is plugged into in your computer. Processor power management. Minimum processor state, set this to 100%. Maximum processor state, set this to 100%. System cooling policy, set this to active. I've made lots and lots of videos, guys, fixing Apex Legends, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, lots and lots of stuff. Lots of people are like, you know, that's going to hurt my computer. Or if they Googled some random shitty website, something, and they've read one thing that was in print somewhere, and, you know, they thought it was gospel, and that's just not wrong. What this does right here, guys, is let's just say that your computer is 4 gigahertz, okay? And you're playing Apex Legends and you're out in the field. If you have your minimum processor state set to 5 or 10%, and your gigahertz rating on your computer is 4 gigs, you're out in the field, you're only using 20 or 30 of your CPU, 20 or 30% of your CPU, that say it's going to start underclocking under that 4 gigahertz. And when it underclocks under the 4 gigahertz, that means that your IPC single core is going to drop, which in turn is going to give you lower frames, which in turn is going to affect your frame pacing for, you know, anything that has to do with high FPS games, Call of Duty, you know, Apex Legends, Fortnite, the guys that still play that kind of stuff, you know, any Valorant guys that are out there, any real high FPS guys, CSGO guys. This right here is going to affect anything that has your computer not running at its maximum clock. So setting the minimum and maximum to 100 just ensures that even if you're watching a YouTube video, your computer's running at 4 gigahertz. It does not hurt your computer to run at 4 gigahertz all day long. It's not that it doesn't hurt it. It's not going to do anything wrong to it. You're not overclocking your computer. You're not putting more power to it. It's not going to get hotter or anything like that. Maybe if you're on a laptop, it might get a little bit hotter, but that's it. Your CPU usage is still going to be 0. Now, just for an instance, I'll go ahead and slide over my hardware ID monitor just to show you guys what this does. Is my minimum processor state right here. I will go ahead and find my clocks. Here's my clocks right here. So you can see right here, I'm recording my video. I'm right now overclocked at 3.9 gigahertz on my Ryzen, okay? I'm sitting at 3.98. It's went to 4,000 and 3,700, but it's stable for the most part whenever I'm using it. It gets like this whenever it's sitting at 0 or 1% and I'm not really using my computer, or if it's idle, okay? And whenever I'm using my computer, though, you can see how nice and hard locked the megahertz is. You can see I'm only using like 12%. You can see where my temps are. This is my CPU temp. This is my VRMs. This is my case temp right here. You can see my graphics card temp. You can see where how much of everything that I'm using. You know, 23, 24% of the graphics card recording this, and we're at 14% of this. But my clock ratio is nice and stable, which means that if I'm playing a game and I'm not really using a lot of my CPU, like in this, for instance, it's going to start underclocking underneath whatever my megahertz is, okay? And that in turn is going to give you less stable frame times, frame pacing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope that I explained to a lot of people it doesn't hurt your computer to run at, you know, if it's a 4 gigahertz processor, it's a 4 gigahertz processor. You know, just because Windows allows it to underclock, that's power saving stuff. That's only the power save, dude. That's just power saving. You want maximum performance, 100, both settings, end of discussion. All right, so the next thing that you guys want is going to be your display. Turn your display off, never. Multimedia settings, when sharing media, prevent idle to sleep, video playback quality, video playback performance bias. When you're playing a video, optimize the video quality so that you get higher performance and nice visual fidelity. Go ahead and click apply, click OK. If it asks you to restart your computer, do that right now. Come back into the video for the very next step. All right, welcome back to the video. So the very next thing that we are going to do, guys, is we're going to start doing some registry settings. If you guys don't feel comfortable, here's a disclaimer. Don't do any registry settings. Just skip all this and then go down to, you know, step number 9 right here for the TCP Optimizer. That is a program that does registry settings too, but it's a program that does it for you. You don't have to actually copy and paste this stuff. It's very simple. This isn't going to hurt anything. The very worst case scenario is if you would misspell one of these, it just would not allow the registry edit to go in, okay? Whenever you restart your computer, Windows would just notice that it was missing that registry edit or it wasn't correct. It would remove it and go ahead and insert the default one that we are trying to get rid of. Now, if you do it the correct way, it'll just go ahead and say that the commands were successful, and then you'll have to restart your computer after every one of these. If you do all of these and then restart your computer, it's going to be more of a pain in the ass to get your timer resolution timer, which is this right here. This is the whole reason we're trying to do this. Windows 10 has fake bloated Windows 10 timers that are in it, okay? So if you have timer resolution program already and you look at it and it says your current resolution is not 1.00 if you're on a 60 megahertz monitor, if you have a higher refresh rate monitor that's higher than 60 megahertz and it says any number that is different than 0.500, that means Windows 10 timer during an update or multiple updates of you getting your computer and updating Windows along the line. You have, ever since like the 1803 update somewhere in there, Windows started messing with gaming timers and the way that timer resolutions affect your monitor and your frame pacing, how stuff shows up with your mouse and reaction time and all that. So if you see any number that is not like this, we are going to fix that right now, and you will get a nice 0.500 hard lock number, or 1.00 if you're on a 60 hertz refresh rate monitor, okay? The whole key to this is to get a nice even number so that our frame pacing during games is nice and even and we get consistent frames. This will reduce tearing, this will help input lag, jittery, visual fidelity, all kinds of stuff, all right? So the very first thing that we are going to do, guys, is go down in here into the search bar. You're going to type in CMD. You're going to right click on it. You're going to run it as administer. Click yes. You're going to get a black box that pops up like this. You're going to go down into the commands, guys. You're going to get the very first one that says BCD edit / use platform clock. No, copy it. And I'm telling you, restart your computer after you do this. Don't do multiples of these and then restart your computer. It's going to be you're going to have to restart this all over again and do it one by one so that you can get rid of the Windows timers. Restarting your computer removes the registry edit when you turn it off, and then when you turn it on, it puts this new line of code in there. So you have to take these out one by one. Otherwise, it's going to try to think that too much shit has happened to it at once, and it's not going to recognize it, and it's going to want to auto put it back in there. You have to fight Windows on your own stuff to get it to do what you want to do. So with all that being said, BCD edit / use platform clock, go ahead and copy it. Go over here into your black box, Control and V, or right click and paste. BCD edit / use platform clock. No, hit enter. It's going to say that it was successful, it was done, whatever it was. Yes, congratulations. Confetti is not going to pop out of your computer or nothing. I'm not going to do this because this is going to affect my registry settings. I don't want to tweak my registry settings while I'm recording stuff, and I've already done this. It's perfect. I don't want to mess anything up. I'm giving you the exact settings that I have so that you guys get the same stuff that I have with responsive time, and you guys are going to see massive gains after this, all right? Next, restart your computer right now. Come back into the video. You know, open up a notepad if you want, and then collect all these down. That way you can just, you know, do it one by one, and then, you know, restart your computer, throw the next line of code in there, restart your computer, throw the next line of code in there, restart your computer, and then you can come back into the video for the last steps, all right? So the next one that you guys want is disable a fake timer that's within Windows, and this is BCD edit / use platform tick yes. Right click on it, copy it, go in here, control, paste it, however you got to do, hit enter. It's going to say that it was successful, congratulations, it was done, whatever it says. Just make sure that it says it was enabled or it was successful or whatever. The very next thing that you want, this is going to be a possible performance gain depending on your PC. Older PCs, I definitely recognize gains on like my FX 8350 or my AMD A10 computers, and I have an older Intel i5, and when I use this, I noticed a little bit of a gain. I also put this on my Ryzen 7. This is something that I have in here, and I noticed my frame pacing didn't seem so stuttery. It actually evened out a little bit of stuff. All right, so go ahead and get this command. It's BCD edit sync set TSC sync policy. Copy it, go into your command box here, paste it, hit enter. When you hit enter, it's going to say congratulations, it was successful, it was enabled, whatever it says. Just make sure that it was done. Now this is another possible performance gain. This is definitely, you guys are going to see something on an older computer or a laptop. Now this is going to be your dynamic tick that's within Windows, so copy this one, BCD edit / disable dynamic tick. Go down, go back to your command prompt. Make sure you guys are running this as admin every time, guys, okay? And then, you know, just Control V, paste it, right click, paste it, hit enter. It's going to say it was successful, congratulations, it was done, yay. All right, and then after all that's done, you're going to restart your computer. You don't need to come back into this anymore. All right, guys, so the very next thing that we are going to do is we are going to optimize our internet packets for our home routers. No matter if you've got gaming routers, performance routers, shitty routers, whatever it is, any type of a router, it doesn't matter. We're going to optimize it, all right? And I have, I'll tell you right now, I have Bell Fiber Op, a 1 gig connection. I've got 1 gig down, 980 megabytes up for an upload. And whenever you buy a router, your MTU that's on them is set at 1500 megabytes, okay? And that's a packet size, is 1500 megabytes. Let me find something for you, all right. All right, let's say that this case right here is a packet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is a packet. All right, and this packet right here needs to go from my computer to my home router, and then from my home router, it needs to get shot off to my internet service provider, and then my internet service provider connects me to whatever game server I'm on, or wherever, you know, I'm watching YouTube or Google or whatever it is, all right? Now, everybody's home router megabytes are 1500, the MTU that it's set at. Now, I can only set a file size of 1312 before it starts to fragment and split packets, which means that, let's say that if we open this up, this is now 2 packets, all right? My home router, even though I have 1 gig fiber up, 1 gig down, 980 up, it's 1312 is the MTU that's on my router, okay? So this is 1500 on this side, 1500 on this side. 1312 means that this is 1312, and then there's this leftover space that's in this packet right here, okay? And what it's going to do is then create another packet size of 1312 to fill that up. So it's going to take part of this packet, split it, fragment it, put it over here to fill this packet up, do you understand? Put it into here, and then it's going to have just a continuous vicious cycle of fragmented packets all the way, all the time. Now, if you go to do this step and you use this program and you ping your you ping whatever it is that you ping that's on there, and it tells you that your MTU is 1500, well, that's perfect. You have a perfect file size of 1500 because that's the natural standard size. Now, if you only have a 1312 or anything that's under 1500 for an MTU size, you're going to want to set that within here. This is going to create a registry setting. After you do it, you'll restart your computer, and all of your packets then will be put into one. So I have a 1312 megabyte file size. Even though 1500 is stock, I can only do 1312 before it'll start fragmenting every packet that's in behind that to fill up the gap of that 1512, because it's set at 1500 stock. So it's going to try to send a file size of 1500. Even though that one packet is 1312, it's going to take 1300 and it's going to take X amount of megabytes off of this one. So there'll be, you know, this much left out of here. It's going to start sliding them over and you're going to have fragmented packets. Now, this will probably arrive. Maybe this part will arrive. Maybe this part won't. Maybe this part will. Even though you'll go and ping your speed, it'll say, yeah, dude, you got 100% packet arrival, your jitter's real low. Bullshit, you're still fragmenting packets unless you go and test this and you have 1500 for your home MTU, okay? So, with all that being said, now that you guys know how packets are being set, the reason why home MTUs and 1500 is the max, so you can't go over this. Don't try to overset some shit and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be sneaky and make this 3000. No, it doesn't work that way. Packet sizes are very, very finicky, okay? So don't mess up anything. Follow along with me. This is very finicky, and that's your disclaimer right there. So if you don't feel comfortable, don't do this. But if you want top tier performance, do this. Worst case scenario is you restart your computer, Windows will fix itself, and you have to start over. Okay. So the program that I'm talking about, guys, is called TCP Optimizer. Okay. And when you get TCP Optimizer, it looks like this. Okay. Does not have access. Currently does not have access to, you know, for permissions. La da 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 da. So if you click it and you just load it, it's going to load up and it's going to let you look at it. You don't want to run it like this, so exit out of it. Now, when you get TCP Optimizer, the little desktop icon looks like this. You're going to right click on it. You're going to run as admin, okay? Run it as admin, because you're doing registry edits. This program, it used to be before Windows 10, like Windows 7 and 8 and everything, man. We used to have to go in there one by one, and it took forever to optimize all of your internet settings, and it was a lot of testing, and it took a lot of time, dude, to get something that was optimal. And this program is awesome. All right, so the very first thing that you guys are going to do is go over here. You're going to skip everything. I've done this before to a lot of people, and this is the best way that I could figure out to explain it, is like this. So as soon as you open it up, the program looks like this, okay? This is your program. Click the last tab right here that says MTU and latency. Now, if you are in not North America, you're going to have to click this little button right here that says edit, and you can type in like www.google.com, okay? And then click OK, and it'll put that in here, and that'll be, you know, you'll ping Google. All right, and this will tell you your packet size. Now, if you're unable to ping anything, it could be of your location, your region, whatever it may be. It could be because you're using a VPN. Okay, this is gonna help. You know, if you're in North America, anyways, this is going to work for you to optimize your latency. You know, if you're in another country and this helps you out, let us know your location, where you are, what server you ended up pinging, what website you pinged. You can edit any website that you want in here, and as long as the website will allow you to ping them, then it'll tell you your packet size. All right. So because this is speedguide.net's program, I'm going to go ahead and go to speedguide.net, and we are going to ping them. So www.speedguide.net. All right. Click OK. There's our website that we're going to ping. It says pings per URL 3, packet size 32. Now, when you click the largest MTU, this is where it's going to ping this. Okay, now it's going to ask you to please set your max MTU to 1500 in order to get the correct result. Would you like to continue? And that's where I was just explaining to you. The maximum packet size for everything is 1500. By default, everything's set at 1500 anyways. What we're trying to do here is get our optimal non-fragmented packment sent from our computer to our home router, and then that way we can ensure whatever leaves our home router is not a fragmented packet with multiples of information contained in that packet. It's one piece of single information in that packet per packet, okay? So go ahead and click yes on this. It's going to ping everything, and it's going to tell you fragmented, 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 fragmented. The largest possible non-fragmented packet is 1284, plus your ICMP and IP headers. That's going to give you a little bit of megabytes of boost range. So the largest that I can send is 1312. I'm going to say you guys do this 3 times. Go ahead and click the largest MTU, ping it 3 times. Ensure that it says 1312 or whatever number it is that you get 3 times. Now, if you do this and it says 1500, you don't have to do the next step. You can just close this program out. You guys have beautiful, wonderful internet, and I'm jealous because you got 1500, you know, you got perfect internet. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to tell you guys is whatever this says for your consistency. So out of your 3 times, now if you're not getting consistent, ping it 4, 5, 6 times. And whatever the majority, your consistency or your number is, just follow along with that one. So 1312, it says that I can set my MTU to. Now we're going to go over to the general settings. And down here where it says choose settings, these little dots, you're going to click on the custom box, okay? You're going to click this slider right here that's on the top. Make sure that you have this slider all the way over to the right, as far over to the right as it'll possibly go, okay? Right here, you're going to select your network and internet connection. You're going to check this box that says modify all network adapters. Whatever your MTU was that you just pinged from the latency test, insert that MTU right here, okay? Then go down here to where it says TCP window auto tuning. Make sure this says normal. Window scaling heuristics disabled. Congestion control provider cubic. Receive side scaling RSS is enabled. R segment coil sync disabled. Time to live. Make sure that this is blank. ECN capability, all of these, make sure all of these ones over here are disabled, okay? All of these ones here are disabled. Now you're going to click apply changes. Click apply changes. This box is going to pop up that looks like this. Go ahead and click OK. When you click OK, it's going to ask you to restart your computer. Don't do that right now. You just inserted a bunch of registry edits right there. Next thing that you're going to do is go over here to the advanced settings, okay? And you're going to set this just like mine. Mine is mostly stock. If your numbers don't match mine, make sure that they do. Max connections 10. Max connections per server 10, local priority 4, host priority 5, DNS priority 6, DebNet 7, max send retransmissions 4, non-stack RTT disabled, initial RTO is 2000, the min RTO is 300. Now this is for your QoS, for gaming and all that other stuff. Turn this off. You don't want to use this, okay? So turn this to 0, and then QoS do not use NLA, default NA, just it's off, okay? And then gaming tweak, this is a network throttling index for your internet. Network throttling index disabled, FFFFF. Make sure that you have all Fs and it says disabled. System responsiveness, you want this to be on gaming 0. Make sure it says gaming and 0. Gaming tweak, disabled Nagile's algorithm. TCP acknowledge frequency, disabled 1. TCP no delay, enabled 1. TCP delay acknowledge ticks, disabled 0. Right here, network memory allocation, largest system cache is 0, size optimized 3, max user port 65534, TCP time to wait delay, put that on 30. Click apply changes, you'll get this box that looks like this. Click OK, and then you guys will have to restart your computer. You only need to run that program once. You don't ever need to use that ever again, okay? You can maybe use it once every month and just make sure that all your registry settings are stable and enabled, and you know, if a Windows update didn't mess anything up, that's kind of all you got to do. All right, and that right there is going to ensure that you have whatever your packet size set in one packet size, and there you go, bada boom, bada bing. That'll help you with packet loss, jitter. If you felt like you were missing shots or you should have been killing somebody, this should help improve all that. Let me know if this helped you or if it didn't even help you. Some people, it gets massive gains out of this, and other people, not so much. So it really depends on your computer, how well you've taken care of it, and what type of computer that you guys have. All right. Now, programs that I recommend you guys get is timer resolution is this one right here. Links for this is down below. This video is not sponsored by anybody. It's sponsored by me. So make sure that you go over to my Twitch. It's sponsored by my Twitch, as a matter of fact. That's who it's sponsored by. Go over to Twitch, look for me, Lockouts with a Z. I'm over there. If you guys are right here right now, like, follow, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to click the button, help a fella out. It helps me out tremendously. And every person that, you know, subscribes to this, it really lets me know that I really help you. So leave a comment below, leave a thumbs up, dude. Get me an algorithm, help a fella out. All right. Timer resolution. This program right here affects the way that your CPU talks to your GPU, your monitor, how fast your mouse reacts to stuff, all that good stuff right there, okay? And after doing all of them steps and everything like that, your timer resolution should say 0.500, okay? Now, if you're playing Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Fortnite, and you have under 16 gigs of RAM, you're going to want to get this program that's called Intelligent Standby List Cleaner, or ISLC for short. All of these programs are free, by the way. If my links are disabled and they're trying to get you to pay for them, that's all BS. Just go ahead and Google these programs. Again, the first one is Timer Resolution. That was free. This little program that looks like this guy's right here. The next one that I'm talking about is Intelligent Standby List Cleaner, or ISLC for short. This is another free program. What this one does here, guys, if you guys have 32 gigs of RAM like me and you play Apex Legends, it has a real bad RAM leak, okay? If you have like under 16 gigs of RAM, like 8 gigs or something like that, or mismatch RAM in your computer, and you guys are encountering micro stuttering, or, you know, kind of beep bops and hiccups within your gameplay, it's because you're getting cache files on your RAM. It's unable to remove the cache files with putting new ones on there faster than, it's just too much for it to keep up with. All right, so this program right here you want to get, and if you notice right now, I have 32 gigs of RAM that's in my computer. I have 21 gigs that is used up, 4.2 gigs is free, the rest is being used by my Windows 10 operating system. What this does is I'll purge it. You guys will see nothing's happening. It doesn't hurt me at all. There's no stutters or hiccups like that. All this is just cached buffered files from stuff that I've been recording and stuff like that that's sitting on my RAM, and video games insert cached files as you're loading them for the video optimized files that you're getting into. So if you're loading into Apex Legends and you're getting lots of stutters and you got low RAM, this program will help you. It's not going to cure the fault, or your fault. It's not a fault of yours. It's not going to cure the problem of you not having enough RAM. It's going to just help you. So set your ISLC polling rate right here to 250. The reason that we're going to set this at 250 is because our mouses poll at 1000. You don't want this to poll at the same time as our mouse does. You'll encounter a little bit of mouse lag, all right? The next thing that you're going to do, and this is for everybody, is set your megabyte size to 1024. And then if you have under 16 gigs of RAM, you're going to set this to 2048 megabytes, okay? So if you're 16 gigs of RAM and under, set this to 2048. If you have over 16 gigs, 24 or more, anything that's more than 16 gigs, set this to 4096, okay? So if you got, 64 gigs or 128 gigs, just set this under 4 gigs. I doubt that you would ever cache that much RAM in your system out anyways, playing a video game. Even with Apex with 32 gigs, the most I've ever cached out right now is like 28 gigs on there, and then I start to get stutters, but this program fixes all that. It just caches it, gets rid of the old stuff on there, and lets the new files get cached into my RAM. So for everybody, 1024, 16 gigs of RAM and under, set your this box right here to 2048. If you're 16 gigs of RAM or more, 4096. Just click the start button, and this right here will pull your computer every 250 ms for whenever it gets lower than the threshold of 4096 or 2048 megabytes of RAM. It'll automatically purge your standby list and just get rid of it. Where it says right here, timer resolution, this number, don't use this box. We just remove Windows timers. We do not want to enable another timer. We are going to use Intelligent Standby Timer Resolutions Timer. This is the best timer program that you can get. It's super lightweight. All you got to do is start your computer, guys, minimize this and leave it minimized on your taskbar. When you're done with your computer, close the timer resolution program. You only want to use Intelligent Standby List Cleaner if you're playing like Apex Legends or like Warzone or, you know, something else that you're having stutters in the game, try to use this to clean up the cached buffer files that's on your computer. All right, so that's pretty much everything, guys. Like, we've done everything. I've give you every single little tweak, hack, and registry setting. You've cleaned up all the cache files for your old GPU stuff. You've cleaned up all the old Windows 10 files. You've optimized Windows 10. You've done all the stuff that you could possibly do. The very last piece of information that I'm going to probably tell you guys that's going to help you the best out of everything is go into your Windows settings, go into here, guys. Go into your Windows setting, guys. Go into your little privacy setting right here. Anything that is in here, your general speech, ink typing, diagnostics, feedback, location, microphone. Now, camera and microphone, you want these two to be on. Video activation, notifications, all this. Turn all this stuff off. The biggest performance increase you guys are going to see is background apps. This one right here, click this one, turn this one off. You do not want programs to be running in the background. You do not want them to be loaded up. You do not want Windows to go ahead and have permission to run programs that's in the background. So click your background apps, take this, click this button, turn it off, get them out of there, okay? After you do all this, go ahead and restart your computer. It's going to be the best little thing that you could possibly do. This is everything. This is everything that you could do. There's nothing more that you could possibly do. I mean, you might be able to tweak Windows a little bit more and disable some other stuff, but this is absolutely the best optimization video that you could possibly get for cleaning out your computer, restarting it, getting it down to the nitty-gritty with Windows timers, using other programs to ensure that your RAM is clean all the time. This is it. You're an ultimate performance power plan. I can't think of anything else. This is everything that I've used over the years. This is my compilation video, and this is for every single game that I play, all of my video editing stuff, all of my photo editing stuff, anything that I do on my computer, everything feels nice and buttery, silky smooth, and it's ultra responsive. So if this has helped all you guys out, please help me out. You know, click all the buttons, like, follow, subscribe, like it, help me out, get me in the algorithm, you know, do all the stuff to help a fella. Taking me a long time to compile all this video for you guys, and now we're gonna go edit it and shoot it off to YouTube. So help a fella out. I'm Lockout. Peace.
Take your mouse and click the button, won't you subscribe to me? Lockouts providing the content that you see. I'm visually stimulating your mind, 1 minute at a time.